Greetings and salutations. This is Carla from MooreTalkJa, and yeah, all right. Me now go. This is the second vlog you're gonna see in this outfit, but I'm probably going to post this one first. And in the other vlog, me explain why I look pop down. So, but suffice it to say, I went to Haiti. I had an allergic reaction to the anti-malaria medication, so I'm covered in bumps. I'm just basically tired of life, right? But this needs to be said now. I cannot wait until I am feeling differently to say it. And okay, pay attention. Pay attention to the people who are around you. Pay attention to your friends. When you're sitting down somewhere with your friends, put on your phone, looking at them face. When them call you, lock off your TV. Listen to what they must say. Because we're losing people. Right? Delus, suicide. That's a conscience, brother. Footie, my friend, suicide. And these are not the first people in my life who I know who have committed suicide. We can't afford to lose any more people. And it's our responsibility to do whatever we can to catch them. And we won't be able to catch all of them. Blaming yourself is not the answer. But what can we do differently? First of all, we have to address the stigma around suicide. When a person commits suicide, it's not for you to walk around and talk about, oh, them weak, they're mentally weak, they gave up. No. Because especially if this is happening in Jamaica, where we are mostly Christian, even if we're not practicing Christian, we're culturally Christian. It means that we grew up with that same message that if you commit suicide, you cannot go to heaven, even though people have challenged that reading of the Bible. If you commit suicide, you cannot go to heaven. So what you have is a person who is considering the possibility of hell, a lifetime, an eternity of torture, an eternity of probably burning in flames, and they would rather take a chance on that than continue on in their life as it is. Do you understand how hopeless something that person has to be to get there? It's never for you to say, oh, why them do that? Oh, why them do that? It is for you to immediately understand the gravity of the situation that person was facing. And that is supposed to galvanize you to do some type of change work in your community, so people don't ever forget whatever it is that is leading people to feel that way inside of your community. You need to go find it and fix it. That's what it should lead you to do. The stigma about suicide, jump back. Stigma about mental health. We don't like to talk about mental health, especially in the black community. We don't like to talk about it. Because as far as you're concerned, some people black people tell you say depression is not something black people get. Anxiety is not something black people get. Black people don't get that. White people think that because their mind weak. White people mind weak. That's why them get them something. Foolishness. Stop it. You are kill off your one picnic with that garbage. Think about what you're actually saying. Think about what it feels like to be black in this world. Think about what it feels like to basically have people think that you are worthy of death because of the color of your skin. For people to think that your daughter can just be raped and discarded because of the color of her skin. Think about what it feels like that you're walking among people who still see you as a slave, or who see the specter of the slave behind you when you walk. Think about what that feels like. You don't think that's depressing? You don't think that's depressing? There's research that's been done that's actually shown that the years of enslavement have altered the DNA of black people, and we're now actually predisposed to certain type of mental health conditions. And there's this woman, I think her name is DeGroy, and she talks about post-traumatic slave syndrome. I mean, there's no, listen, you're going to read it and you'll probably problematize it. I problematize it because there's never going to be any theory that comes out that's perfect. Even my work, it will never be perfect. Nothing will be perfect. But there's something that she said that's very important. When slavery ended, and they were like, okay, I'm not free now. All right, I'm not really free, like on a kind of have to come work for land or whatever, but I'm mostly free. And the council did go in and go talk to him. Anybody did come in, come talk to him. For say, all right, so how you feel about the years of whipping and beating and raping and watching your husband get slaughtered and having your man be taken away from you and never being offered a family life? And how you feel about that something? But never do that. Them just send we out in the world. We got buckle it out for yourself. And you're big up to we, right? Right here, say if I actually did bother with them something there, I put in the liquor, someone goes, yay! Yeah, because we make it. They did whatever they could have done to try to kill us. We were never meant to survive here. But we make it. But there's still some stuff that we need to handle. What type of mental health issues did we carry forward with us? How much depression must we have been living under? How much anxiety must we have been living under? And how is the fact that we don't want to deal with that continuing to stifle us and our children today? What are we doing? What are we doing? Look, if somebody have anxiety, them have anxiety, nothing wrong with them. If somebody have depression, nothing wrong with them. If them schizophrenic, nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them. Them have a situation, them have an issue where them are deal with. Well, we have different issues where we are deal with. If we continue to keep silent, then we're going to continue to dead off. Your silence not going to protect you. Acting like something exists not protect you. Right? Pay attention to people. Pay attention to yourself. And ask for the help that you need. Yo, me and my brother house right now in Florida, in the middle of several mental breakdowns. And my brother do, him hold me stop. Him just put me in on middle and him say, you know what? From your baby, me I carry you and I'm going to carry you a little further. Because he understands that's what I need. I mean, I tell you, me sit down here right now. I tell you, a whole heap of people what me don't even know. Say, yeah, me in the middle of a big depressive episode. Because why? I'm not ashamed of it. This is where I am. This is what going through the world does to you sometimes. You get through it and you move on. But the one thing that does not help mental health is being silent about it. So reach out, ball out. You see, if you all ball out to the people them where you know and them not giving up, so ball out to some people you don't know. In my time of trying to get myself right and healthy mentally, you have some people who I'm never even close to will pop up in my life. People like Tasha, people like Claire. People like Rochelle, people like Samantha, people like Matthew, some of them Leilani, some of them people here, and this is not exhaustive. These are people, some of them I've never met in person, who have just seen me, who have felt something and who have reached out and taken responsibility for me. And them people, they get me through some of my darkest days. So just go up on Facebook and I'll find somebody where you don't know and say, yo, I cannot be clear enough about this. And I cannot be passionate enough about this. I used to be suicidal. When I started high school, it's a long backstory that I'm not going to tell. If you want, like I can talk to you about it one away. But I've been there. I've been at that point where I was like trying to research how many pills it would take to kill myself. Where I was trying to decide, okay, should I try to like slit my wrist? And I came back. So if you are feeling suicidal right now, the one thing that I can tell you is that it does get better. It doesn't get better for always. Sometimes you backslide. But you see, the same way that happiness might seem fleeting for you and it's like you just can't stay happy, it's the same way you can't stay sad. You won't be sad forever. You won't be happy forever either. But you see what I figure out is when them happy moments they happen, me rags them out. You see when one of my niece or my nephew they're around me, trust me, me are the worst thing because I'm up in them craw. Because they make me happy. You see when me get a moment where like nobody not there around me and me can just like sit down and write, Jesus Christ, me write all 50,000 things in one day because that makes me happy. Rags them out. Happy, the sadness don't last forever. It will come and it will go. So don't go. If you can stay, stay. Because I'm living proof that it can change. If you want somebody to talk to, find somebody. There are hotlines, go online. If it is you can't get through to one of the hotlines them in Jamaica, call one of the hotlines them in the United States. Find some way. Reach somebody. Right? But if you have ever made anybody feel bad about their mental health issues, then I implore you to go and reconsider that. And if you cannot find anything to say that is nice, then shut up. Because I refuse to lose any more people because of you. And if you are somebody who is struggling with any type of issue where you just not feel whole, you not feel healthy, you can't stay happy, you're nervous, get the help that you need. Do not ever be ashamed because all of us are carrying some type of issue here. We have come into the world at a very strange time. We are well into the trauma of this life. We are living with the memory, whether we understand it or receive it or choose to acknowledge it, of war, murder, genocide, Holocaust, slavery, rape, beating. We are living with the memory of all of that because all of we remember something from somewhere. Get the help that you need to get you through this. Yeah? My vlog long, I'm gonna stay good, but it needed to be said. Rest in peace, Delus. Rest in peace, Footie. Rest in peace, Uncle Robert. Rest in peace, Lenko. Rest in peace, everybody who has ever felt like they couldn't take this life anymore to the point where they opted out. And I understand why you did. But if you're watching this and you are there, please try to stay. Take care of yourself. But we have a responsibility to take care of each other. If somebody reaches out, Find a space. Reach back. If you can't do it on your own, build a network to support them. But do what you have to do.